The WNBA season is just one weekend old, and betting markets are already losing their mind. We had exploding scores, free throw parades, rookie overreactions, and the Aces getting blown out by 33 points only to win by 27 points 24 hours later. And honestly, sportsbooks are still trying to figure out this league in real time. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Welcome back to Game Day Wagers. Well, opening weekend in the WNBA is now a thing of the past, and I think we already learned a ton about where the WNBA betting market is headed this season. Not just teams and players, but how sportsbooks are reacting quickly, where the value could still be hiding, and which narratives are already getting out of control. So, with that said, here are my 5 betting takeaways from the WNBA opening weekend. Let's kick things off with the overs and the free throw parade. Look, if opening weekend taught us anything, it's that sportsbooks may still be too low on these WNBA totals. 9 of the first 11 games this season had at least 46 combined free throws. Last season's average was around 36. That's a gigantic jump, and it's completely changed the scoring environment. We also saw teams averaging over 87 points per game through the opening 3 days, the highest mark in league history for the opening weekend. So whether this is a point of emphasis from the officials or whether the league is really shifting to more of an offensive approach, bettors need to pay attention. Because once sportsbooks start posting inflated totals in the 160s and 170s, the value is quickly going to disappear. But right now, betting WNBA unders takes a lot of guts. Next up, let's talk about the Las Vegas Aces. The defending champions lost their season opener on ring night by 33 points to the Phoenix Mercury. People instantly started panicking. And then less than 24 hours later, Vegas went on the road and absolutely smacked LA, winning that game by 27 points. That's what elite teams do. A'ja Wilson basically posted the same stat line in both games. The difference was the supporting cast actually showed up the second night. And Kennedy Carter, off the bench, that immediately caught my attention. But the biggest lesson here is simple. Don't overreact to one game. Teams are not as good or as bad as they looked the previous game. And if we're looking at things from a betting perspective, I would lay upwards of 16.5 points with the Aces when they take on the Connecticut Sun on Wednesday. Now, let's talk about the game everybody was watching. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever taking on Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings. That game absolutely lived up to the hype. The Wings beat the Fever 107-104 in what already feels like a game of the year. Bueckers went for 20 points on 8 of 10 shooting, while Clark had 20 points and 7 assists, but her shooting from beyond the arc continues to struggle. And that's becoming a real conversation. Clark has now shot under 16% from 3 over her last 9 WNBA games dating back to last season. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers is already climbing up the MVP boards after opening the season around plus 1,400. A big Game 1 showing has her all the way down to plus 750. Third choice in the betting market behind Caitlin Clark and the favorite A'ja Wilson. And my honest takeaway from this game is that the Bueckers-Clark rivalry feels more sustainable than the manufactured Clark versus Reese discourse that we've gotten all last year, and we will continue to get moving forward. Next up, we're talking expansion reality, which wasn't very good. Toronto and Portland both lost their WNBA debuts, and honestly, that shouldn't surprise anybody. The crowds were incredible at both venues, the atmosphere was awesome, but roster-wise, both teams are probably going to struggle for a year or two. Toronto has major front court issues, and the fact that they have to live and die by Marina Mabrey is a very big cause for concern. Portland, they're terrible on defense. They might give up 90-plus points every game this year. So it's going to be a long season for these two expansion sides. Finally, let's talk the Rookie of the Year betting market. Olivia Miles was awesome in her debut for the Minnesota Lynx, 21 points, 8 assists, and looked completely comfortable running the offense. But sportsbooks immediately moved her from plus 320 down to even money favorite at plus 100 after just one game. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Flo J. Johnson out in Seattle had a really good, strong weekend too. Meanwhile, Flo J. Johnson of the Seattle Storm had a really good weekend too, and she looks locked into heavy minutes early on. She averaged 14 points across the first 2 games for the Seattle Storm, but her odds did not move. Olivia Miles is good, and she might have a good season, but her odds should not be even money. There you have it, my 5 betting takeaways from the WNBA opening weekend. The WNBA betting markets are moving fast, and I think they might be moving a little bit too fast. And that usually creates value if you're willing to stay patient while everybody overreacts. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel where we break down picks and predictions all season long, or drop a comment down below what stood out to you from the WNBA opening weekend.